Did somebody swat you?
Yep, somebody swatted us.
Run.
I just walked out of the room. The cops walked in. They walked around with flashlights. We've been swatted. I am extremely unhappy with this.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and well, we have some big news in our space last night. As live during Tim Pool's show, we saw several officers appear on camera, and through information shared by Tim, there appeared to be nearly a dozen officers show up at his house. This was absolutely a swatting, and the chat was convinced it was Jack Murphy. I see no evidence of that. I think they were just memeing, but it's a scary situation, and I want to be very, 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 very clear. I expect, I hope that law enforcement finds out who this person is and they serve prison time. I'm not kidding you. This is not a meme. This is not a joke. This isn't a LARP. This isn't a funny ha-ha. People have lost their lives over this stuff, and I have no patience for it. As a content creator, I have to constantly remind my local PD. They know me all by name, not for any misbehavior, but because I have to call up there and explain to them what a YouTuber is, because every couple of months, every 6 months or so, some idiot tries this stuff with me. Now, the local PD knows me. I'm on some sort of list there that, you know, that means they have to, I don't know, like call me first. They have my cell phone number. I don't know why. I would hope that Tim has that done, but I don't want to be like, make no mistake. I want the person that did this to go to prison for a long time. I believe that this is not a meme, that this should be a charge, like attempted deletion charge. And everybody who does this should be made a huge example of, period. This via the post-millennial. Tim Pool gets swatted live during broadcast. Someone called the PD. They said that 2 people were ended and he was going to go after more. Tim Pool said on Twitter, the PD were told not to enter without a warrant, but they said they didn't need one due to exigent? I've never heard that term before. Circumstances. This is a large house used as a production studio with many employees on site, Pool added. He also, Timcast IRL producer Lydia Smith confirmed the announcement, and there's videos. According to live broadcast, host Tim Pool and Luke Rudkowski abruptly stopped the podcast, looking shocked at what they were witnessing in the room. Rudkowski announced that the PD had just entered the room and they were, of course, being swatted. Police officer is strolling in here, looking around because it looks like someone just swatted the live broadcast, Rudkowski explained while Pool exited the frame. That's something is that it's something that is extremely dangerous, extremely reckless, because these incidents have led to many people not surviving it. People thinking their house being raided by criminals and defending themselves. You have a whole mess. You know, if people were to burst into my house in the middle of the night, you know, I have several ways to defend myself within arm's reach. And who knows what could happen? You know, you wouldn't know necessarily who it is, and, you know, they're bursting in. I mean, just because somebody yells police doesn't mean it's actually them. And, you know, was this some loser looking for clout? I don't know. You know, Styx ran a survey here. It's currently disgruntled leftists leading the charge. Second place strong Jack Murphy fans. I voted for a local psycho. I don't think it was Jack Murphy. Why would he do that? Tim Pool has been going out of his way to defend him and shield him from criticism. I don't think Jack has any reason to be mad at Tim, nor would I think Jack fans would have any reason to be mad at him. I don't think the men in the liminal order would do this. I think that it probably has more to do with who he hosted the previous night, Marjorie Taylor Greene. You know, this is not, if we look at the video clip here, you can see them entering the room.
Pandemics.
There's an officer right there.
Yeah, that's
So
I was looking at my notes and I was like,
Did somebody swat you?
yep, somebody swatted us.
did they really?
Oh,
Yep.
you see Brandon Tatum here too. I think he's a former police
Broadcast.
officer. You know, and you see, can you imagine being this weak-willed individual? You want to tempt fate, the entire internet, by holding someone's cat hostage. This, I don't know who this Rico guy is. I assume he used to work for Tim or something like that. He's made like insane accusations about me too, just simply because I went on the show. Like, the person is actually a lunatic in my experience. He's got a couple of former employees that seem obsessed with him. Maybe there's some deep stuff that I don't know about, but I know that I get drug into it all the time. And it's bizarre because I've been very critical of Tim. I don't think Tim considers me a friend. He doesn't respond to my messages when I message him anymore. So, I mean, like, I don't think that that accusing me of being... Anyway, that's the Rico guy. I don't know who it is, but yeah, he seems obsessed with Tim. And then you see, obviously, you know, a lot of questions around who did this, but this is why, look, I mean, this is why I am so serious about what I'm talking about. You see, grandfather passes away in swatting over his Twitter handle. The man had a heart attack after police swarmed his house after a fake emergency call, all over his Twitter handle. And I don't even think it was actually him. I think it was like a case of mistaken identity or something like that. Here's another example. Here. Prankster sentenced to 20 years for fake call that led the local PD to end an innocent man. California man sentenced to 20 years on Friday for phoning false calls to PD in Wichita, resulting in the loss of life of an innocent man. And all of this was over like if I remember correctly, this was over like a $5 bet in like Call of Duty or something like that. I mean, like, it is my opinion that whether or not the person calling in these type of events intends for something very bad to happen, it doesn't matter, because we have a history of it happening. So you're putting somebody in a situation where everybody already knows that they could end up losing their lives. Ohio gamer gets prison time over a swatting call that led to somebody not surviving it. This was an argument. This is a different case. An argument over Call of Duty. And somebody died because of this. It's not funny. It's not cool. It's dumb. And it should be investigated deeply. And that isn't even to speak on the diversion of important law enforcement officers. I mean, obviously, most of these type of events don't get covered. I mean, the times that it happened to me, I didn't post about it because that's what these losers want. They show up. Here's what usually happens. They show up at my house. I have a security camera and a two-way, you know, like a, what do you call it, intercom. The door's locked and deadbolted all times here. And I intercom out and I'm like, look, I'm an internet dork. You know, people do this kind of stuff and they go away. I don't make a post about it. I don't make a video about it because I don't want to give these losers any spotlight. You can see even, you know, as much as we've memed on Ethan Klein, there's this weirdo that was, you know, swatted them multiple times, ended up just going to prison. Like, they should all go to prison. All of them. All of them. And it should be a legitimate sentence. The guy over Twitter people wanted to buy his handle because he refused to sell it because he was at Tennessee. Mr. Herring loved computers since he was a teenager and joined Twitter in March 2007, less than a year after it started. He knew people wanted his handle, which he chose because of his love for the state, where he was born and raised, and rebuffed offers of $3,000 to $4,000. His daughter, Corinia, said in an interview, "This is over a guy who wouldn't sell his Twitter handle. Some idiot called in a SWAT and he died." I'm really glad everybody ended up safe in the Tim Pool castle. As to who did it, I don't know. I mean, is it related to the Jack Murphy stuff? It might be. If you look at his chat, it's full of people that are very angry and demanding answers from Tim that he continues to ignore. Hoping it will go away, but it isn't going away. It's been a full week of chickens getting posted in his chat. I think he's gone subscriber only mode. I don't know how long that's been the case. Maybe that's always been the case. Is it just, I mean, the other thing is, you know, the opportunity presents itself because he's live on the internet that any one of these weirdos would do it. It might have nothing to do at all with Jack. I personally wouldn't want to like make any speculation whatsoever, because who knows? It could be some former employee. It could be some subscriber that super chatted him a bunch of money and he never read the super chat, so they felt jilted. This is why I don't, you know, like, this is why super chats, I mean, they are an important part of live streaming, but they make me nervous. That's why I read every single one of them. But maybe it's some dude who donated thousands of dollars to him over the years and never got one read. I don't know. It's wrong. I'm happy that everyone is safe in the house. Tim was pretty flexing his rights. There's a video of him telling the cops to get out of his house because they don't have a warrant. I suppose that's 100% his right. I generally try to be nicer to my local PD, but he had every right to say that. They entered his home without his permission and without a warrant. So I'm glad they're all safe. It's not funny. I hate that I have to cover it, but I only cover it to remind people that I 100% support the maximum prison sentence for anyone that does this. And I would be happy to help the investigation in any possible way, period. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.